Alright, so this is the first video of my vlog for my new routine, my new ADF routine. Number one thing, what is ADF? What is an ADF fasting protocol or fasting routine? Well, what it means is that you alternate day fast, okay? Alternate day fasting means that you eat one day and you fast the next day. So that's all it means. It means you can eat basically whatever you want on Monday, and then Tuesday you fast, and then Wednesday you eat what you want, Thursday you fast, Friday you eat what you want, Saturday you fast. So that's just that's one way to do it. And so well, that's just the basic the core idea. So then what we're gonna do, or what I'm doing, what I've done to customize the routine is this. The way I'm gonna do it is this way. I'm gonna do a 20-hour fast on Monday with a 4-hour eating window. And so basically just a 20-4 intermittent fast is what I'm doing on Monday. And then Tuesday will be completely fasted, and then Wednesday is a 20-4, Thursday is completely fasted, and then Friday is a 20-4. So yeah, it basically means that on Monday, within 4 hours I have 2 meals. You know, it could be more or less. I could do it in less than 4 hours, or I could do it in longer than 4 hours, but my goal is to do it in 4 hours. The way I'm doing it is 8 a.m. is my first meal, noon is my second meal, okay? And then on the next day there's no meal, and then on the third day I'll do the same thing. I'll have 2 meals within a 4-hour window, and it'll be 8 a.m. and then noon again. And then I won't eat Thursday, and then on Friday 8 a.m. and then noon again. Saturday will also be fasted, and then Sunday I'm doing something different. Since it's weeks or 7 days and it's odd, on Sunday I'm going to go ahead and make that a fed day as well, and I'll do a 20-hour fast as well. But I might make it a little bit later. Maybe I'll skip breakfast, or maybe I'll have brunch and have my breakfast around like 10 or 11, and then I'll have my dinner or lunch or whatever around 3 or 4, you know, something like that. Still keep it within a pretty tight window, close to 4 hours, but maybe a little bit later. And then maybe this day I'll have beef, you know, since I'm doing everything mostly kind of light fat, or just chicken and fish, and some pork in the morning. So that's what I'm doing a little bit differently on Sunday. And then on Monday I'll continue with the alternate day fasting. So Monday will be 20-hour fast again, eating at 8 noon, and then Tuesday will be completely fasted, no food. And what this ends up doing is it ends up being like a 44-hour fasts with a 4-hour eating window in between. Another way to look at it is almost like doing rolling 48s. And to explain what a rolling fast is whenever you do, for example, a 48-hour fast, you eat 1 meal and then you immediately go into the next fast. So, you know, technically if it takes you 30 minutes to eat, then it's really a 23.5 hour or a 48 or 47-hour fast, or 47-hour with a 1-hour eating window, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, you know, you're just rolling your fasts. You're rolling them over and over and over. So instead of doing a 2-day fast and then maybe eating regular for a couple days and then going back into another 2-day fast maybe a week later or a few days later, this is doing fasts right back to back. So people call it a stacked fast, a rolling fast, or like a back-to-back fast. Okay, so this routine, this ADF routine, is almost like a back-to-back fast, but the only difference is instead of eating 1 meal, we're taking that 1 meal and we're splitting it into 2 meals. And the reason I'm doing that is it's actually a couple reasons. Okay, when I was doing rolling 3-day fasts, or rolling 72-hour fasts before, or when I was it was mainly just the 72-hour fasts that I did back to back, or stacked, or rolling, whatever you want to call it. What it encouraged me to do, or I ended up doing, was taking a huge meal every 72 hours. So on Monday morning I'd eat a huge meal to make sure that I had enough protein and enough macronutrients. And then the same thing on Thursday morning when it was time to refeed, I would end up doing the same thing. I would do a huge meal, and I would get a super bloated situation, and my stomach was just super stretched. And what it was making me do was I got to the point where whenever I started to do 1 meal a day, I was still making my meals way too big. And so even when I went down to OMAD, or 1 meal a day, I was doing almost the same type of meal, and so it was having a negative impact on my weight loss. So I was just eating too much, and I was getting used to that, and so it wasn't teaching me to portion control. And so I wanted to practice portion control. And just another thing, we were eating breakfast every day for so many weeks that my wife and I would started to miss lunch food. We wanted to have lunch, and we wanted to have some type of different meal. So I mean, that was kind of just a petty thing for us, especially since we know we're goal oriented and we have this routine that we're following. But we still wanted to have some variety. So I came up with this routine, and then we both kind of worked on it and put it together. And then so we ended up being a perfect plan, just because for so many reasons. Not only are we getting our lunch back, and we're even able to snack in between breakfast and lunch if we really wanted to or needed to, which we really don't have to at this point. The meals work so well. Even we have a person doing it with me today as well, and he said that he was so satiated with the first meal that he didn't even have to snack. And so you find that if you proportion the meals correctly, you end up having enough food and to feel full. But anyway, it ended up making it to where we could have a couple meals and snacks if we wanted to throughout the day, not miss on that part of it. But also, it was the benefit of not having to just slam one huge meal and end up having a big old expanded gut for a long time. It's just not good, and it helps with portion control. So we got a huge meal, split it into 2 small meals, put them 4 hours apart, give your stomach at least enough time to digest the first meal a little bit, and then throw the second meal in. I mean, your body isn't going to excrete that waste in one large section. So it doesn't matter if you take it in 2 small sections as well, because you're probably gonna excrete it in at least a couple sections. So it doesn't matter that the food isn't just in one huge chunk like a snake would eat. So this is based on a diet called the snake diet. But a snake, even when a snake eats one huge meal, he'll still pass that meal in a couple of sections. So the body knows, obviously, not to hurt itself. It's got to break these meals up anyway. So that there you have it. You end up taking a huge meal in a couple sections. You'll end up passing the meal in a couple of bowel movements as well. So it ends up working out really well. Plus, you get that break in the middle. You can drink water in the middle between to kind of help you feel full. That way your second meal isn't so big. It's more important to have a big first meal, and then the second meal, if it can be smaller, great. You'll reduce the insulin spike, and then you end up going into ketosis. You end up burning fat way sooner as well. So and then you get your longer fast. The quicker you get that first meal in, and especially if it's small, the quicker you get that second meal in, especially if it's a smaller meal, that means less of an insulin spike, and you've got more time for your insulin to level off and get really low, to where you'll be burning fat, you'll be in ketosis, and you'll be producing more human growth hormone, and basically you'll go into autophagy a lot sooner. Okay, and even if you're going to have most of your water or most of your hydration, you still want to get 2 liters or 8 glasses or 64 ounces or whatever it is of water. Half a gallon of water every single day, or some people like a full gallon, whatever. You still need that every day. But yeah, if you have most of it at the beginning of the day, then you'll end up sleeping dry fasted, and then you'll end up burning more fat that way as well. You can't drink water while you're asleep anyway, so you might as well cut it off a few hours before sleep and take advantage of the multiplying effect of a dry fast, or the multiplying effect that a dry fast has on autophagy. You'll kind of get kind of like a de facto intermittent dry fast or something like that. So you don't need water when you're burning fat. Even if you're asleep and burning fat, every time you burn fat, you end up getting some metabolic water in the process. That's why you don't die of thirst, or the fact that you just don't die every single night in your sleep just because you're not getting water for 8 hours. So yeah, obviously your body knows what to do, and especially if you're in a fasted state, you're going to be burning fat and you're going to be getting metabolic water all night. If you go to sleep and you're not in a fasted state, then if you eat right before bed, you don't even get to the point where you're burning fat, and so you're actually you're dying of thirst all night, and more in a sense, since you're not burning fat, you're not getting any type of metabolic water, and you know, you'll have to rely on whatever water you're getting from that you know, super carby meal that you probably had before bed. So that's basically the ADF routine in a nutshell. So that's the routine I'm going to be doing. That's what the rest of the video here is going to be about. This video is way too long already, but it's going to include my cardio, the food, and the workouts, plus information about the macronutrients. So if you're interested in the ADF routine, just keep watching. And then this is video one. Next one I'll make is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a daily vlog, and it'll be video two, and it'll be of a fasted day. So it'll basically give you some contrast and let you see what happens on the fed day and what happens on a fasted day. Okay, so that's ADF. If you have any questions, of course, you can always hit me up on the comments here below, or you can always message me on Facebook. All right, thank you. All right, here we are on day one of my new alternate day fasting routine. I'm started off with some water and some walking. I'm not going to be jogging right now. I might jog a little bit right now just to warm up, since it's a little cold this morning. But yeah, what I'm not going to do is jog the whole time. I'm going to walk. I'm going to do low impact steady state cardio, and the reason for that is I want to be able to preserve my body for tomorrow. That way I can go ahead and do it tomorrow, because I'm going to try to do a whole bunch of steps, and if I jog for a whole bunch of steps, then there's a chance that I'm going to tax my body, and I don't want to mess up my joints, or you know, my ankles, my knees, anything like that. So I want to be able to come back and do this tomorrow. I want to be able to get a whole bunch of steps in without wrecking my body to where I can't do this again tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to do low impact steady state cardio, and that's going to help us get a whole bunch of steps in and burn a whole bunch of fat. And if I go too fast, I'm going to be above my my target fat burning heart rate, and so I don't want to do that. I want to be under 140 or 135 beats per minute, which is this formula. I use 180 minus my age, and so when I do that, I end up getting somewhere around 135. I want to be I want to make sure my heart rate stays below that. That way it's low impact, it's steady state, it's in my fat burning heart rate, and I'm actually burning fat and not burning sugar or protein. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making sure that we stay in low impact steady state cardio, and that's how we're getting our day started. So so yeah, we'll go ahead and in this part here, and then we'll go on to the next. All right, I'm back. I'm just doing the cooking portion. I went ahead and finished my walk. Did about, I don't know, like 7 or 8 miles or something like that. And so now I'm heating this up. I got my green tea going right here, because I'm doing green tea because it's good for weight loss and it's good for your health in general. And then right here, I know on the on my diet it says to put in some mushrooms, and with just some mushrooms. But I'm gonna go ahead and do some mushrooms, and I'm gonna do zucchini, so that way I can get some vegetables in this morning. Some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to do this with the grater. Alrighty, there we go. We're making America great again. So grated that, put some olive oil. Just put a couple more in. Alright, so right here I'm going to make some bacon. And throw that in real quick. We're throwing 4 strips right here. know that's really loud, but so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my apple cider vinegar while I'm waiting for this. So I'm just going to do half apple cider vinegar with the mother and half lemon juice. About a tablespoon or a teaspoon of each, depending on how much you want to get. Alright, I'll also be taking my probiotic. And then today, just for my kidneys, and I might end up doing this every day, I'm going to go ahead and put some baking soda right in here inside this. Alright, maybe like a half teaspoon of baking soda, makes it fizz up a little bit. And I'll take my probiotic. Alright, this is great for your kidneys. Apple cider vinegar is great for insulin sensitivity. It reduces inflammation. It just does so many things. Obviously, if you have liver failure or high blood pressure, don't mess with the baking soda. This has too much sodium in it. All right, so I'm gonna cook this up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do one more thing too. I'm gonna flip this. This is almost done for me. Now I'll push this out of the way, and then this is almost done as well. Well, I could have put some butter in here, but I went ahead and did some extra virgin olive oil, and then I'll make my salad. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just take this bacon out real quick. And this is it's ready to go. It's four strips of bacon, just like in my alternate day fasting routine. I'll probably just post it in the comments. All right, this is almost done as well. And then for my salad, yeah, you got the monkey. Alright, this is some spring mix. This is just some organic spring mix from Walmart. I'm going to put about a cup in here, about a half a cup maybe. Half a cup to a cup. Then I'm going to use this right here, Hearts of Romaine. This is like $2. Alright, there's that. I'm not going to put this inside here. I'm just going to eat this separately, just because I want to get some vegetables in today. So I'm getting vegetables, leafy greens. I got my 4 bacon right here.
this is done. And then so I need 2 eggs for this. Okay, here's my 2 eggs. This is going inside my salad. Okay, and on my alternate day fasting routine meal prep list, or my meal list, I put avocado or cottage cheese in here. So today I'm going to do cottage cheese. Thank you, baby girl. Alright, so this says the serving is a half a cup. Alright, so here's a half cup right here. Boom. Alright, so there's that. And what I'll do is I'll cut this bacon up and we'll put the bacon in here as well. Alright, that's done. This is the salad. I'm just going to mix that up and it'll be ready to go. Alright, thank you. Alright, that's the food portion. And the next thing will be probably this is just the breakfast portion. And then the next part of the video will be just either prepping for lunch or eating lunch. So we'll just do that next. And I forgot to mention, I put a whole bunch of pepper in here. Here on these, and I'll put a whole bunch here. You can put some salt in here. You can put some pink Himalayan salt, especially since it's lower in sodium. But yeah, if you've got high blood pressure, or if you're or any type of liver failure, yeah, you probably don't want to put any salt in there. You can try some no salt or some Mrs. Dash or something like that. But yeah, for this, yeah, you can definitely put a whole bunch of pepper in here. And then, like I said, if you don't have issues with your liver or high blood pressure, you can use some pink Himalayan salt in here. There you go. There you have it. We'll do lunch next. This is my cauliflower right here. Actually, I have broccoli on the list for my routine, but I went ahead and I didn't have any broccoli, so I'm doing this cauliflower right here. Pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to saute it and then put it in a container. Alright, I'm in my car now. It's 1 o'clock. I actually went past my eating window. I wanted to eat from 8 to 12 today. And because of work, even though I said I wasn't going to let work mess me up, and then I did anyway. Yeah, I didn't get into my window. So now I'm going to have a 43-hour fast instead of a 44. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm still doing a long fast or a medium fast or whatever. So here it is. Just to update. Boom. I mean, this is not actually, some of this fell out. I was pretty upset about it. But yeah, I got some, probably about a 1/4 cup of romaine and a 1/4 cup of spring mix. I got my 1 tablespoon of Primal Kitchen avocado oil mayonnaise is what this is. So I'm putting this in here. Avocado oil mayonnaise. Yeah, this is avocado oil based, you know, so not only is it 0 carb, it's also good for you because this is made out of healthy fats, avocado oil, as opposed to like a regular type of mayonnaise, which it's also made of fats, which is fine, but you know, this is avocado oil fat, which is a lot healthier than a regular polyunsaturated fatty acid. You can literally eat this, it's good for you. Alright, so I got that in there now. I also brought some cauliflower. I already ate it. Okay,
that my cauliflower wasn't here, and here's my 2 eggs. Got a couple pieces of cauliflower still in here. All right. So there's my 2 eggs. And then this is what I'm doing today. I was trying to get my protein up, and so these have a ton of protein and only 1 gram of fat each. So this is Tuna Creations. I love these because you ain't got to mess with like the can or the juice or nothing like that. They make this easy for on the go. Super easy for busy people like us. So boom, let me get this going. Yeah, so what I was trying to do was a higher protein and lower fat today. What I noticed once I started tracking my macros, my macronutrients, that I was getting way too much fat and not enough protein. And a ketogenic diet is like 80% fats, 20% protein, and 0% carbs. And most people don't know what an actual ketogenic diet is. It's actually for cancer patients and people with epilepsy. So you'd have to eat a whole bunch of nuts, fatty fish, and literally be drinking MCT oil or avocado oil, or you'd have to be drinking olive oil to be able to hit your macros, to be able to hit 80% fat and only 20% protein. Most people who say that they're eating keto, they're not eating keto. They're actually eating just a half protein, half fats, you know, which that's going to kick you out of ketosis. So technically that's not a keto diet. You know, if you're eating half proteins, half fats, that's not a keto diet. To be able to eat a keto diet, most people are in a like inpatient type thing, and they're getting fed by a doctor. So that's you know, and they're drinking oils to sustain that. Okay, so here we go. So this is 2 servings. God, 2 servings of tuna right here. 2 packages. All right, it's a bunch, but I had to do this to get my protein up. Okay, that's 34 grams of protein. Here's a couple eggs. Those are like 6 each, so it's like 30 grams of protein right here. And yeah, I got a bunch of fat in the eggs. I'm gonna put the macros in. Matter of fact, I've got it right. Well, I've got it on my phone. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. So, yeah, this meal is about 400 calories, and it's about I think it was like 40 grams of protein and like 25 grams of fat or something like that. All right, here we go. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna mix this all up. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut these eggs up. That way I can kind of just make a salad with it. It's easy to eat. And I'm gonna mix this mayonnaise, this Primal Kitchen mayonnaise, avocado oil mayonnaise up here, and then boom, you know, we'll have ourselves a nice little treat. And this is a good lunch. Like I said, it's like 400 to 500 calories. I'll put the exact macros. I have the exact macros. Maybe I'll put it in the comment section. But yeah, you know, this is like a 500 calorie meal. It's mostly protein and some fat. I want to say it's like 50%. Maybe it's a little more fat. But what I did was I cut nuts out of my diet because I was getting too much fat with the nuts, and I was wanting to get more protein. And so here we have it. This is what I'm going to eat now. And so my meal this morning was also about 500 calories, 400 or 500 calories. So that's under 1,000 calories per day. And you know, especially if we're burning over 1,000 calories, then we're at a deficit for the day. Okay, and especially if your basal metabolic rate is under 2,000, under 1,500, around there. I mean, if it's over 1,000, which it probably is, if it's 1,500 or over, which it probably is, then boom, you're gonna lose weight. There's no way not to lose weight. All right, so I had a meal like this morning, and it was but it was bacon instead, and now I'm having tuna. This is super lean. I'm having tuna as my second meal because I want something that's lean in the latter part of the day. You know, that way my insulin drops sooner throughout the day. So boom, this is what I'm having. And then yeah, I think you know, once I've had this, then I'll be fasting until Wednesday. So I'll go ahead and have this. I'll start my 44-ish hour fast, and then we'll start our next meal. So this will either be the end of the video, or maybe I'll do one more part. What else do we got left? Maybe I'll post some macros or something like that. But yeah, if not, this will be the end, and we'll do the next video. But boom, there it is, the food. And yeah, until next time, let me get this stopped. Thanks. Okay, so I went ahead and looked at the macros for that meal that I just had. It was actually the eggs are 70 each. I mean, I should have known this. The eggs are 70 each. It's about 140. The packets of tuna were like 70 each. That's like 140. So there's almost 300 right there. That's 280. And then the Primal Kitchen Marxist and Ranch, or what was it, mayo, that's 100 calories. That's 100 calories of fat right there. So so it's probably like, you know, 10 or 11. It's like 11 grams of fat. So which ends up being 100 calories. So there you go. That's that meal ended up being 280, 380. So, and with the cauliflower and then the greens, that ended up being like 400, maybe 420 calories in all. So it's like a 400 calorie meal for my second meal. The first meal was like 370, 380 calories, something like that. So you know, end up getting about 800 calories for the day. Yeah, 800 calories, which is definitely a deficit. So I just wanted to break down those macros real quick. This morning's was pretty similar. You know, the only difference is I had bacon instead of tuna. Bacon has a lot more fat. And I had a couple nuts, actually. I had like 8 macadamia nuts, so that has some fat, but also some protein. But yeah, so those are the macros, and just wanted to put that on there, make sure I got that. And yeah, so I started my fast around 1 o'clock, so I'll be going until Wednesday morning, which is about 8 a.m. Wednesday morning. It'll end up being a 42 to 44 hour fast, so I'll go ahead and post that when that time comes. And yeah, so that's the macros for that. And you know, unless I come back on here, that may be the last part of the video. If not, just stay tuned for the next part. Okay, so earlier in the video, you heard me talking about low intensity solid state cardio, or low impact solid state cardio, and that's what I do in the morning. You know, I don't do any sprints or anything like that, but I do that specifically for fat burning. Obviously you've got to build muscle as well, and you got to maintain your muscle if that's an issue, or if that's something that you're trying to do, if that's one of your goals. So you've got to do some sort of workout too. So I'm going to go ahead and do my workout now, and just kind of show what I'm doing for this routine right here. Okay. So at first I couldn't do pull-ups, so I would do like pseudo pull-ups. So let me demonstrate that. When I started this routine, I maybe couldn't do a full pull-up, so I would just come as far as I could, and that would be 1. That would be 2. That would be 3. So what I would do is try to get to 5. And if I could barely pull up, I would at least hold it for a few seconds, and then that would be a full rep. Okay? So I may not be able to do 5 right now, but I'll do as many as I can. Or I'll do 5 if I can. What I mean is I'll do as much as the 5 as I can. So I'll do as much as a rep as I can. Even on the last one, if I'm barely pulling up, even if my number 5 is just this, I'm holding it for a few seconds, okay? So like I said, at the beginning, they were all just pseudo pull-ups. All right, and so at this point, after this, I hit my push-ups. And so on the pull-ups, I usually do 5. On the push-ups, I usually do them till failure. I don't count them. I do them until I get really tired, then I stop. And then from here, I'll do some leg raises. They end up being knee raises. Trying to get the knees to the chest. And then I'll do 10 of these. And then after this, I'm doing the squat. So it's a push, a pull, a leg raise, and a squat. So you're pushing for your chest, you're pulling, well, you're pushing for your chest and your triceps. You're doing a pull for your back and your biceps. Obviously, you're doing the squats here for your quadriceps, mostly your quadriceps. But it's obviously a leg workout. And then you're doing the leg raises for your abs. And you can add or subtract from this, but this is what I do. That's all I'm just doing, showing you what I do. All right, so I'll go through those 4, and then we'll do them again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and I may not do my whole thing just because this is for demonstration, but I'll kind of just go through it at least one more. And that's it right there. Come here and do my squats. And of course I'll do these at different intensities. So before I was trying to do these pistol squats. 1 leg each. Of course I would do them a lot slower. Try to go down as far as you can. Come up slowly. Do it controlled. Make sure you're focusing on contracting all your muscles and even keeping your core tight, which when you're doing this workout routine, it's kind of hard not to keep the core tight the whole time. Doing the pull-ups, the push-ups, obviously the knee raises and the squats on all of these, you kind of have to have your core engaged the whole time. So there's that. That's 2 sets. I'll do a 3rd set off camera, but yeah, that's what I do. Obviously, if you don't have a pull-up bar, this one right here is easy to use and easy to find. I got one the other day for $5 off of Marketplace, and so it's not the one I'm using now. It's the one that I got for a friend. But this one right here, yeah, I can't remember how much it was, but yeah, it's so easy to get these because they hang off the door frame like that, and makes it real easy. If not, you can literally just go to the park, find a pole and pull on that. So, or you can just not do the pull-ups, do the rest of it. So yeah, that's just that's my routine, and yeah, I'll probably just make that the end of the video. So if so, then we'll just continue on the next one. All right, thanks for watching.